Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my list for top PG shoes that you can get right now. So if you're a guard, the type of shoe that you want is probably a shoe with very good traction. A cushion doesn't have to be crazy, mostly responsive, I mean, if it has a pretty stiff cushion but like with okay impact protection, I would say that's adequate enough for a guard. Materials aren't super important, but what we're looking for is a minimal and thin upper and also an overall light feeling shoe. So if you guys want to get any of these shoes, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. This list is pretty damn long, so fasten up your seatbelts and let's get it started off with tier number 2, right? So it was pretty hard ranking all these with like, top 10, top 15 or whatever. That's pretty hard to do because like, I guess every shoe has its own pro and con. And I guess just like in my opinion, like sometimes like, oh, I like this a little bit better, but then it's not a huge deal. It gets a little convoluted, right? So I like to do 2 tiers and I guess tell you like the pros and cons, or like, I guess the type of player that will like this type of shoe. So I hope this list helps you guys, but let's get started with tier 2. And we got the KD5 coming in at 90 bucks. I've seen some on sale for like 60, 70 bucks, which is insane. And the reason why it's in tier 2, I would have put in 1, but the reason it's in 2 is because it's not as supportive of an upper that as I would like, For me personally, I didn't have any issues. Like when I was doing lateral movements, I would feel my foot, I guess, stretch the material a little bit, but it wasn't going out of the footbed like crazy. But like I said in the review, if you're a little bit heavier, just watch out for that. I feel like you're gonna feel that a little bit more. But the materials are great, super thin, and the full length Renew cushion is super nice. It does bottom out pretty fast, so just watch out for that. Traction is super durable and very good, and it's a great looking shoe for 90 bucks. All right, next is the Kyrie Low 3 coming in at 120 bucks. A pretty good looking shoe. The cushion is ass though. There's supposed to be a 4-foot and zoom unit, but it's not that nice. The overall Phylon foam is very stiff. Impact protection is not that good. So I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, you don't really need impact protection like all too much as long as it's responsive, right? But in this shoe, like your feet are gonna hurt, so just watch out for that. And I think if the cushion, I guess like the impact protection was a little bit better, I would put it in tier 1, but it's not. The materials are an improvement from the 2, especially in the toe box area. It's pretty soft. Support is really good. Traction is great. Not durable though, but it has a really good bite on the indoor court. It's a great shoe that I like to play in. And if you don't mind a shoe that has like pretty bad impact protection and you just want something responsive, this is a great option. All right, next is the BYW 2.0. It's $160 freaking dollars, which is pretty damn expensive. But it's a great overall shoe, the traction is really good, not super durable, but it has a great bite. The cushion is really good, you're low to the ground, it's full length boost basically right into your foot. It's soft, impact protection is great, but the materials aren't that good, especially for 160 bucks, you're getting like mesh materials, pretty low quality overlays. It is a little, like, I guess chunky and a little bit heavier than I would like. So that's why it's in the 2nd tier. I'm not saying it's like super heavy and super chunky or anything, but like comparing it to the other shoes like the Kyrie Low 3 and the KD5 you feel it a little bit more on your foot. But if you don't mind weight like that and you want good cushioning and all that, this is a great option. All right, next is the Pro Boost Low. Pro Boost is incredible. I love this shoe, but the cushioning setup is not that nice. Like in my opinion, I feel like the impact protection should be a lot better. Yeah, I did play outside in this, so maybe that's the reason why. But like when I was playing it, my feet did hurt a little bit. Definitely not as much as if it was like a Phylon or something, like a super stiff Phylon, because the court feel is really good in that. And I guess the impact protection in that shoe is good for how low to the ground you feel. The materials are pretty good. I mean, as far as the quality goes, it's not that nice, but it's only like 110 bucks, so you can't really complain. Overall, it's pretty thin. It's a pretty good looking shoe. The outsole is super durable and it's a great bite. So, I mean, it's a great option if you want a lot of support. Overall, pretty minimal shoe and a very responsive shoe as well, but I guess you don't really mind that impact protection. All right, next we got the Hardened Volume 4, and I would say it's pretty much exactly the same as the Pro Boost Low. Traction is good. It picks up a little bit of dust, from when I was playing indoors. Cushion is exactly the same as the Pro Boost Low as far as like it's really low to the ground, but impact protection isn't that good, and I guess it is pretty damn responsive. Materials, I would say, is a little bit better than the Pro Boost Low. You have a knit material, super thin in the forefoot, but you also have really good support in that shoe. So yeah, that's the Hardened Volume 4. Next is the Curry 7 coming in at 140 bucks. As far as materials go, it's not the greatest. You know, you get a mesh material. It needs a little bit of breaking in, but not too much, and overall it's pretty thin and it conforms to your foot well, so not a huge deal. I just wish it was a little bit better quality. The cushioning is not bad. You know, you get a little bit of something in the heel. Just, I would say it's better impact protection than the Pro Boost Low, because I mean, you are a little bit higher up off the ground in the heel. The forefoot gets pretty damn low and there is a little bit of an offset. Traction is really good, not super durable, but has a great bite, and it's pretty much exactly the same as the Pro Boost Low. Pretty good cushioning for the Curry 7. Very minimal upper, very light feeling shoe, and also it has a great fit for me, and support is there. So if you want a light feeling shoe that's super responsive and I guess okay impact protection, then get the Curry 7. All right, moving on to the first tier. I mean, there's so many good shoes right now available, which is insane. There's been a lot of good performers. So tier number 1, we got the Renew Elevate by Nike, and it's only $80 freaking, guys. And I don't know what they did with the cushion, but the cushion is insane. There's a good amount of bounce in the heel. I love it. It doesn't bottom out as quickly as a KD5 for some reason. Impact protection is really good. Traction is really good. I would say it's pretty durable. And then the upper, you have like a foam back mesh, like a mesh material, and it's not the greatest for quality, but it feels great on foot. It's thin and ventilation is really good. And also another thing is, I had no issues with lateral containment like in the KD5. So incredible shoe, and it's only 80 bucks, guys, and it's only gonna get cheaper. So if you want to save money, definitely go ahead and check this out. And this shoe is definitely one of the cheapest shoes on this list, and it's the cheapest shoe in the first tier. So 100% check it out. Next, we got the PG4 coming in at 120 bucks, or I guess some colorways are 120, and I guess the regular GR releases are 110 bucks. Traction is pretty good, not super durable and picks up a little bit of dust, but traction overall is decent. Cushioning is my favorite. I love the full-length air strobo unit with the softer foam. One of my favorite cushioning setups right now. The upper is not bad, and in my experience, I didn't really have any issues with lateral containment, but I feel like if you're a little bit heavier, you might have a little bit of an issue. I wouldn't say as bad as the KD5 because the material is a little bit more supportive in the PG4, but just be careful. If you can try it on, definitely do. But the PG4 is definitely one of my favorites on this list. All right, next we got the KD13. Traction is really good. Cushioning setup is one of my favorites as well, with the full-length zoom strobo. Materials are super thin, not the best for quality, and it's 150 bucks, so that kind of sucks. But overall, it gets the job done. It's very minimal, like I said, and it conforms to your foot pretty well. Support and all that is there too. And in my opinion, it's a pretty damn good looking shoe. So the KD13 is really good. Next, we got the Kyrie S2 coming in at 140 bucks. Kind of expensive, but if you guys have ever played in the Kyrie 4, Kyrie 5, and the Kyrie 6, it literally plays exactly like that. And traction is good. Cushioning is pretty damn good, especially with the Cushlon. And then the materials are overall pretty thin. I guess I could do without the fly trap strap and all that, but you know, it's not a huge deal. And it's super supportive. Also, you get the outsole curvature, which feels great. So the Kyrie S2 and I guess the Kyrie 6 will lump in there as well. In my opinion, I like the Kyrie S2 a little bit better because it feels a little bit more minimal as far as like the overall material goes in the toe box, and I like the overall cushioning better as well. All right, next we got the Zoom Freak 2 coming in at 120 bucks. I mean, I kind of was on the edge. I thought I was gonna put in the second tier, but I put in the first tier because of the 4-foot zoom unit. The 4-foot zoom unit, as opposed to like the Kyrie Low 3, you can actually feel the zoom unit in the Zoom Freak 2. It feels pretty nice. It feels like the PG3. The traction is really good. Material quality is actually pretty nice. Very minimal feeling shoe. I love it. Feels great on foot, and support was great in it. So it's just like one of those shoes where if you want to feel very responsive, you don't really want to worry about the shoe, and the cushioning setup isn't super important, but you like a little bit of bounce in the forefoot, the Zoom Freak 2 is a great option. All right, next we got the Li-Ning AC8 or the All City 8. I freaking love this shoe. I actually went ahead and got another pair because I love this shoe so much. Traction is super durable. I'm like not sponsored or anything by them. I just really like playing this shoe. Traction is really good, super durable as well. Cushioning is okay. You're not gonna get crazy compression, crazy bounce or anything. It's more just responsive, but impact protection is good, especially comparing it to like Phylon. Materials also aren't like the greatest. It's just like a mesh material. Get a little midfoot strap. Support and lockdown is incredible in this shoe. And just like overall how it looks, I really like it. The reason why I picked it up is because it was just right here because I just got it in a couple days ago. So the AC8, Great shoe. All right, next is the KD5 Low, coming in at 110 bucks. The best bang for your buck shoe on this list as far as like quality and tech goes. You're getting really good quality knit. The cushioning also is really nice. You get a nice little compression, not super bouncy, but I would say there's a nice little subtle bounce to it. And also it's a great looking shoe, so you get all that for only 110 bucks. Traction is good and durable, so the KD5 Low is a great option. All right, next we got the Next Level 2020 coming in at 150 bucks. This shoe literally feels like a sock. I love it. It's pretty damn hot though. Like ventilation is not good and you basically have like a sweater on your foot. Support in lockdown was really good. Cushioning with the full length light strike is really good as well. You don't get a lot of bounce, like especially comparing it to like the Dame 6, but impact protection is great. Traction was really good as well and durable. Not my favorite looking shoe, but you know, it's a great performer. All right, next we got the Dame 6 coming in at 110 bucks. Okay, so traction is inconsistent. I'll give it that. You know, traction is pretty good when I was playing it, but it did slide out just a little bit, especially if I let a little too much dust pick up on the indoor court. So just watch out for that. And also it's not the most durable outsole. Cushioning is one of my favorite cushioning setups that Adidas has to offer with the full length light strike. It's not too thin, you get a good amount of compression and bounce from the heel. Materials aren't the best, but I guess for 110 bucks you can't complain. But you know, in my opinion, it's a pretty good looking shoe as well. All right, moving on to the next shoe, we got the React Elevation coming in at 120 bucks, I believe. Great shoe. Luka Doncic was playing in this basically throughout the entire playoffs. A great traction. Cushion is also really good, you know, so I feel like it's a really good setup for guards. So you have a React pod in the heel, you get a 4-foot zoom in it, and the court feel is really good. But not only that, the impact protection is really good in that shoe. Materials aren't my favorite, but it gets the job done. It feels a little glued down, but it's super thin, and I guess it conforms to your foot pretty well. And I would have to say the same thing with the Westbrook One Take. It's only 100 bucks, you get a great feeling material. I would say it's a little bit on the chunkier side of things, kind of like the BYW 2.0, but definitely wasn't a huge deal for me. Traction is really good. Not durable though. Cushioning, the 4-foot zoom in it is really nice, and then the heel, it's like Phylon, but you get a little bit of something, you know, way better than the Kyrie Low 3. So yeah, that about wraps up this list. Again, if you guys want to get any of these shoes, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. And if you're a guard, tell us what your top 3 shoes are right now, and tell me if you agree with this list or not. But anyways, I hope this list helped you guys out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.